Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's B. Avery, the next Avenger.
And I'm the Midnight Rambler, Malcolm TOUSSAINT.
And we're here with you tonight for our spoiler-filled review / opinion on Captain America, the Winter Soldier. And yes, if you did hear me correctly, I did say spoilers because we're going to talk spoilers. We're going to talk spoilers as if you've already seen the movie. We're going to talk spoilers up, down, left, right, in, and out as if you've already seen Captain America, the Winter Soldier. So, if you don't want to be spoiled, I strongly suggest you turn the video off now, put it in that watch later list, come back later after you've seen it so you won't be spoiled. And with that being said, you have been warned. All right, Malcolm TOUSSAINT. Here we go. We just got back from the theater. I don't know how he feels. He doesn't know how I feel. We haven't talked about it, but now we're going to talk about it. So, general impressions of Captain America, the Winter Soldier. I mean, I have to let you go first if you don't mind.
Of course you do.
Yeah, of course. I want to know.
Well, I feel like it's one of the better Marvel movies that's come out in a while. I think it set the bar a little bit higher. Great script, great action. Yeah, it was a very, very good movie.
Oh, well, there you go. I was scared, man, because you be scaring me sometimes.
Well, I got some issues. We'll talk about it later.
Okay, I'm glad you like it, and I did too. I love the film. I thought it was fantastic. I agree with Mr. TOUSSAINT here. I think it is one of the best Marvel movies to date. Possibly one. I don't want to say best comic book, and I'll talk about that in a moment, but I feel that it was one of the best Marvel movies. It met all of my expectations, and my expectations were through the roof. Like you said, the action was fantastic. They definitely, this is 10 times better, in my opinion, than the first Captain America, the movie, the first Avenger. I thought that, it was good, but, it didn't blow me away. But this
I
one,
fell asleep twice on that movie.
Wow. Yeah, but this one, I had a lot of fun with it. I have really no complaints. I talked about my expectations and how they were.
No complaints?
I have a few little nitpicks.
I know you have some.
But what are what are your what were your expectations going in though?
I didn't really care too much for the first one. It was okay. It didn't get too much praise. So, I didn't expect, too much from that.
Right.
Or from this one rather. He wasn't. Thor and Captain America were never really my favorite Marvel comics, so I didn't really expect anything from either one of those films.
Oh well, as you know, my expectations were through the roof. I think the first time people saw this screening was March 10th. I was like glued to the internet and Twitter trying to get those responses. They all came back raving, saying how good it was. I was checking out every review that was available, watching all the footage. Comic book movies are my favorite type of films. Other than martial arts. And you just kept hearing great things, and I just thought the movie was fantastic, and it was that. So my expectations were high, and they were met. So it's pretty obvious, we've stated already, that we both pretty much, love the way. I don't think you used the word love.
I said it was a good film.
Yeah, a good film. I loved it. Nitpicks. Did you want to go ahead and let's talk about that later. Let's talk about the nitpicks later.
Okay, it's a deal.
But what really impressed me about the movie was, of course, the action, the character moments, and all the social issues that the movie deals with. That it dealt with, and what we go through today.
Kind of like RoboCop.
Yeah, exactly.
Put me in that frame of mind.
I don't know, just the fact that you've seen the movie. Shield going around, which we really found out is Hydra. That they're the ones moving up, pulling all the strings behind the scenes. That they're basically spying on people, and people are afraid of that today, taking away our freedoms and liberties and whatnot. And this movie touched on all of that.
It did.
And it did a good job. I wasn't even expecting that much, as also the character moments as well. That one, the action was impressive, but the character moments were more impressive to me than the action, especially with Black Widow's character. You just seem to know the name Black Widow. If you don't know anything about comic books, what does that name sound like to you? And she kind of has some heart and some feelings and emotions in this film. and that really surprised me. They really stepped her character up and developed her, unlike they did in the last films. I don't knock them for that. I mean, you got Avengers, you got to juggle all these characters, and she was, intro, with Iron Man 2.
Mm-hmm.
But they really shined some new light on her, and I mean, I didn't care about her character really before this movie. I really didn't, but now I do, and I'm really looking forward to seeing more Black Widow. What about you?
Yeah, she did a really good job. Now, I don't want to talk about my dislikes yet, but yeah, it was some definite.
You can if you want to.
Well, okay, so that was one of the lower points for me.
Black Widow.
No, the actual when it kind of slowed down. Sometimes I feel like it dragged on a little bit too long at certain portions of the movie,
right?
And it kind of took me out of it because it was the greatest action scene you've seen in a Marvel movie. All of a sudden, it was like 20 minutes of them just talking and they're just going a little bit slow.
Was that before the the Winter Soldier fight on the highway and they had the chain gun or the rail gun?
I think that was after.
It did kind of drag just a little bit. It's not a
before and after actually.
Yeah. Now let me. So is that your only complaint or only dislike?
Well, no, I mean I got more dislikes, but I mean like I said, the action was great. I just felt like that kind of slowed it down. Some of the character dialogue going on so long.
Oh, okay.
But
one thing that I really did like is something that can be frustrating to me, especially with the X-Men franchise. And I'll just go ahead and say I thought First Class was the best. You have all those characters and mutants over there, and of course I know that was done by Fox and this was done by Marvel Disney. That's obvious, but. When you have these type of films, I want everybody engaged to give a 100%. Each character, I want to see them use their abilities, full force, pedal
to the metal.
Yeah, pedal to the metal. And I got that. I got to see all of Black Widow's abilities. I got to see all of Captain America's abilities. I got to see all of Falcon's abilities. I mean, everybody else, they're just normal SHIELD or Hydra agents, and they have guns. But I feel like I got to see all the Winter Soldier abilities. I mean, I got to see the Falcon fight, hand to hand with no guns. I got to see him fight in the air. I got to see him fight in the air with guns. I got to see dog fights in the air, with people chasing him, shooting at him weaving in and out. I got to see all of that. I got to see Captain America fight with the shield. I got to see him fight without the shield. I got to see him fight in the suit, out of the suit.
See him get shot. See him get stabbed.
I got to see him get shot. I get stabbed. Same thing with Black Widow. I mean, she's been flawless all these movies, but now she got hurt a little bit. She was vulnerable. I mean, I got to see all the ups and downs from all the characters. So, I mean, there was really nothing else that I could have asked for that I didn't get other than some Easter eggs. But that's just those are unrealistic expectations. You can't say, I hope I get this Easter egg, this Easter egg, this Easter egg. That just wouldn't be fair.
So what were you looking for? I mean, you're the big comic book guy. This.
I was looking for exactly what I got. I mean, about Captain America and his shield. I love his shield. I want a shield now. I mean, I should have went to Walmart or whatever and bought one and be holding it right here in front of the camera. Did you
watch the movie?
Yeah, as I watched the movie, I don't care. I would have been with that little kid too. His little, cute kid had his little Captain America shield, with him running around. But the way that he used the shield when Winter Soldier, played by Bucky Barnes, that guy, when Sebastian Stan, when he shot Nick Fury and Captain America was running down the halls and knocking down the doors and running into the walls and jumping off stuff, right? I mean, just those little things like that are just a huge step up for me, especially from the first film or in the Avengers. I mean, you just didn't see him do things like that. Now, a gripe that I do have about that scene is as soon as the Winter Soldier shot Nick Fury 3 times, I kind of feel that you should have had a headshot if you was really trying to kill him. I mean, you hit him 3 times in the chest. I'm like, okay, you couldn't shoot him in the head, but okay, I don't know. Another thing is he stood there too long. I don't know what the Winter Soldier was trying to do, but or maybe he was just trying to wait and get another shot or confirm the death. Or I don't know if he started running because Captain America said, okay, I'm pursuing the shooter. But he got shot. He fell to the ground. Captain America ducked behind a counter, went over there, dragged him into the kitchen, brought him up. And then the Winter Soldier wants to start running. I'm like, you should have started running a long time ago if you're trying to escape. But I don't know.
It was a couple of
Go
scenes like that where you're like, that was a little bit weird or a little bit too, too convenient.
Right.
It was a couple of scenes like that, especially like I said, I kind of took myself out of it, and looked at it, it's a comic book movie. But sometimes, like, for instance, when Falcon was getting shot at by, this great weapon of mass destruction of an airplane they had, all these guns, all these ships, nobody could hit him. He's a guy with some wings. Like, I was like, okay, this is, yeah. And then Captain America, like, I feel like, yeah, he did get shot.
Really
he did get stabbed.
me, but go ahead.
He did get shot. He did get stabbed. But sometimes when they're like out on the street, like when all three of them were in the car, like nobody was getting shot. Like I didn't. That bothers me when they.
Oh, when the Winter Soldier ripped the steering wheel off.
Yes.
What do you mean? They didn't. There was nobody there were no one to get shot. They wasn't shooting at them. I mean, they were chilling in the car.
No, I'm saying after that. After that scene, the end of the scene.
You mean when they were having a gun, like
yes.
when they were up on the bridge and they were shooting down?
Yeah, I was like,
Well, I mean,
little things like that.
I disagree with you there. That didn't bother me. I thought all of that was executed brilliantly. I mean, like, dude, the Winter Soldier's there with his henchmen. I guess he runs out of bullets on this one. He throws his gun away. They give him another one, and then they're covering this way. As soon as he walks past the shoulder, the other guy's turning around. I mean, they have all 360 degrees covered. I mean, this is a little instances like that. It really stood out to me. I just thought they did their homework and made everything nice and tight. But I guess.
For a popcorn flick, it was really good. But things like that just will really like take me out of it all the time. I mean, no matter what I'm watching, no matter how excited I am about the movie.
Something that took me out of it. It didn't take me. I mean, I love the film, but I mean, we're going to talk about it. When they found, I think it was the old camp that Captain America was, doing his boot camp at, and then they went back to that site because that's where Black Widow found the source of the signal. Mm-hmm. They go into the shield base because he's like, well, this building wasn't here, and then they go down in the elevator. They went down in the elevator pretty far, but then when the ballistic missile came and blew up the building, it was like they was on the first floor. I was like, wait a minute. I thought y'all were 4 to 5, maybe 10 stories down.
Yeah, they just walked away and where did they go with everyone surrounding? They had helicopters all over the place and people with guns, little stuff like that. But like I said, I just kind of took it as a grain of salt. It's a comic book movie, so don't take it that serious. If you don't, you might love it. You might love it.
Well, I can't let you just rip it up like that.
I'm not ripping it up.
Oh, okay, because you said comic book. I mean, yeah, it's a comic book. I mean, popcorn flick. I mean, that's kind of brainless fun to me. This wasn't just brainless.
No, I mean, it definitely had like I said, it had a great script. It had a really good script. Okay. Except for even when they had the little slow parts when with Black Widow and Captain America when they were talking. Mm-hmm. The way it was shot in a way that was really kind of like RoboCop, like that shake handheld cam and I don't feel like it had as much. I feel like the story overall was better than RoboCop, but I don't feel like it had as much soul. Like it was just something missing. Maybe it was just the color. I don't really know.
I'm sorry. Hold on. Why are you relating this to RoboCop?
Because it's just that type of movie, like a superhero type movie that came out this year.
Now let me ask you this: how do you feel about the hand-to-hand fighting? I thought it was fantastic. It was definitely a step up from the first one. Yeah, I was so disappointed with the hand-to-hand fighting, especially when him and Red Skull were fighting. It was just like. Just real slow. I guess I don't have any shoes on. You saw that. But anyway, I just didn't. I don't know. But with this, it was all nice and tight, especially with Backtrack the Leaper. And I was interested in because he's a character from the comic book. I don't know if you know that, but he's always leaping around, jumping just far and super strong. And I'm like, okay, I don't think he has superpowers. I probably need to look that up in the Marvel Encyclopedia. Which I am very proud to have. But anyway, that fight right there was very nice. And he's a real fighter too. I was watching some interviews with him and he was just saying how he had to get adjusted to movie fighting because he's a real fighter, where he actually is used to hitting people and getting hit. With this, it's all choreographed and they have to a telegraph and things like that. And he said that was kind of difficult for him to get used to.
It's like dancing.
Yeah, like dancing. Like that clip we was watching before. But anyway, I thought that was very nice. All his punches and kicks were tight. Like I said, we got to see Cap fight with the Shield, and he challenged him man to man. Like, come on, Cap, I thought you was more than the Shield. Put the Shield in his bag and still got his ass whooped. So I really did like that, and that was great. A great action scene. In the beginning of the movie, even when Cap was jumping out of the twin jet or whatever. I don't know if that was. I don't know if it's called twin jet or quinjet. I probably should know that. Comic book stuff. He didn't have a parachute. He's just running through, whooping the shit out of everybody. I mean, he's just like flinging his shield around, this big thing out of Wakandan vibranium, knocking everybody out.
Was it that powerful in the first one?
Well, he just didn't use it. I mean, you can say that's an inconsistency, but I'm not. But
I loved it in this film. I agree with you. Like, wow, like that's a great weapon. That's what I wanted to see.
He's so strong. He can just fling it around like some nunchucks and do whatever the hell he wants with it. Sometimes I don't know how he was able to curve it. Just throwing it in midair. I don't know.
It's a boomerang. That's what I was thinking.
Look at the wrist. I mean, and I love how it bounces off everything and comes back. I mean, and that's just with his own, practicing, skills and intuition. But the only thing I did not buy, I don't know how I feel about him throwing the shield and hitting a person and then it flies directly back to him. If it was the wall or something, I'll buy that. But that only happened one time out of the gajillion people he beat up. So it wasn't, bad. But like I was saying, the fighting was great. I'm just talking.
No. This is your film, man. I've never seen be this excited about a movie ever. So I was like, let him have it. Like, no, I agree. It was a good movie. Great fight scenes. I mean, I was like, maybe he's gonna complain because they're not all like just full on, kind of like a Superman.
Oh no, I'm gonna complain but I do have a small gripe about the fighting. When when the Winter Soldier and Captain America were fighting in the street, doing their hand to hand, that was beautiful. It was, but a few points of time, the camera did get a little shaky, and the shots broke a little bit. I was like, no, just keep it one shot, man, and let us believe this choreography that you put together. It wasn't like a big gripe, but it was still. I was still like in my seat. I don't know if you saw me. He's probably looking at me like, man, will you calm down?
No, I heard you. You were talking through the fight scenes.
Yeah. Now, overall, Anthony Mackie, how did you feel about how do you feel he did with the Falcon?
I think he did okay. I don't feel like that character was as developed as I might have wanted, not knowing who he was.
I will give you that.
I will give you that. The comic books.
Right.
But I think he did a decent job, and I like the fact that the dude that can fly, like that was cool. But just the development of him, he was kind of
a little underdeveloped. But that's fine with me because this is just an introduction to his character. Mm-hmm. He had a nice intro where they threw the Shield agent, and I liked him. He was in the short Item 47 on the Avengers Blu-ray. I think he was in the Captain America or the Thor in another short film with Coulson. He was in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and we find out that he's a Hydra agent. Great way of surprising me of the audience because I didn't know that, but he is a Hydra agent. But when Captain America threw him off the roof, not threw him off the roof, actually Black Widow kicked him off. And then, Falcon flew up with his wings. I was like, oh, shit. That kind of surprised me. That was a nice intro to the character. But like you said, he was underdeveloped, but it's no complaint at all because the movie is called Captain America, Sublime the Winter Soldier. So I didn't expect a full-on origin story from him. As, the more movies comes out, we don't know if he'll be in the Avengers or not. But of course he will be back. And I do want more, but right now, it's okay. Now I will say this. Also, there were a number of Easter eggs in the film. Okay. There was a Doctor Strange Easter egg. I don't know if you caught it. I don't even know. Do you even know who Doctor Strange is?
I know the name.
Okay, and that's cool. He's just not in, me. But anyway, Doctor Strange is the Sorcerer Supreme, Stephen Strange. But anyway, you have Captain America's shield, which is vibranium from Wakanda. Wakanda is a fictional country in the continent of Africa, and they're the most civilized. They're the most civilized country in the world. Most, they have all the medicine, all the technology, all that good stuff. And in the comic book, even in the Marvel Encyclopedia. What if I did the whole review like this? Just holding the book? I'm not gonna do that. But in the, I'm dragging here. In the, it says in the comic book in the encyclopedia that Falcon gets his wings from Black Panther.
Okay.
And I was kind of hoping, like, you don't want it to be corny or just throw it in there. So Captain America, hey Falcon, so where'd you get your wings? Oh, this guy named Black Panther gave them to me. Next scene, that would have sucked. Like if they threw it in there like that. But I was hoping for a nod like that, and that just goes with the development of his character. I can understand why they wouldn't want to throw that in there. Because that would be a hole that they would have to tie up later. So I have to be patient. I know Black Panther is coming. But
I've been reading about that.
Oh yeah. The villains. We had three. We had Crossbones, which he was never referred to as Crossbones in the film. I know you're looking at me like that, like who is Crossbones? Crossbones was Frank Grillo, the guy that Falcon was fighting at the end, that one-on-one fight where he was like, "This is gonna hurt."
Oh,
his comic book name is Crossbones. Frank Grillo did a great job, but he was never referred to as Crossbones. And I don't know. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know anything about Crossbones. I think the comic book says something like Crossbones is like a agent of Red Skull. Which Red Skull was not in the movie, which is fine. I don't know. He just wasn't that Crossbone-ish to me. I don't know much about the character. He did a great job, but I thought he was gonna come in there and I'm a Hydra agent Crossbones or something. But that didn't happen. That's fine.
I didn't care, so maybe it wasn't that big of a deal.
I didn't care either. And then you have Alexander Pierce, other villain, and also the Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
I guess it's kind of obvious to say the Winter Soldier
is
the best villain in the film.
I guess
to say that.
Yeah, I would hope so. It's named after him, but you gotta have the movie. But I love the casting in this movie.
Oh yeah,
It was really well cast.
Got any specifics?
Scarlett, love her.
Oh yeah,
and her lips
on the crunch. Or I thought you meant anybody. Yeah, she got them nice lips. Yes, she
Anthony
does.
Mackie, one of my favorite new up and comers. Not up and comers, but young.
Yeah, I was actually. He wasn't. I was kind of bummed when that caster was announced. I was like, oh, okay. He's not bad, but I don't see him as a Falcon. Anybody else?
And the bad guy. What's his name?
Sebastian Stan, Bucky Barnes. Or his movie name is Bucky Barnes.
No, the one you just said.
The Winter Soldier, Alexander Pierce.
No, not.
Who?
The guy over Hydra.
Robert Redford.
Yes.
Robert Redford.
How did I forget that?
Yeah, he did a great job as well too. I really like what they did with the World Security Council because they were introducing the Avengers and we only got a small glimpse of them. But now actually, we just got more dialogue from him. Got to see that they're actually, people. I know they were people. I know they were machines. I didn't mean it like that. I mean, just, we just got a lot more flesh to them. More life. And you had your Middle East, your European, your Asian, and then of course he was. I like how that was spread around. That was pretty cool. And it just shows, Nick Fury, the director of S.H.I.E.L.D., you think he's the man, but he still has to answer someone too.
Yeah.
And I really did like that. Oh my gosh. One of the scenes that impressed me the most, and they set me up too, because I was like, wait a minute. Excuse me. Nick Fury, the director of S.H.I.E.L.D., driving around in a car by himself? This doesn't seem right. Where's his protection? What's going on here? And then he gets rammed by these police cars, and that dude was rolling around in a tank.
Yeah, that was the most impressive scene of the movie.
Wow.
I'll admit, I loved it.
That was an amazing scene.
That jolted me up.
Yes, it did. I mean, the bad guys gave all they could. They let him have it, and he was still. And what impressed me even more is Nick Fury was so confident in his systems and ability in tech. He was just calm the whole time, just sitting there, The computer's talking to him like, "Sir, I think you should pull out the weapon." He's like, "No, not yet." They're like, "Oh, the window's down 33%. You know, only got 33% power left." And he's like, "Oh crap. Okay, well let me move over into this." And he just seemed like he was sitting there chilling the whole time, like he knew he was gonna get out of it. He had so many options, like, okay, hey, let's fly out of here. Okay, no, let's do this. Hey, let's do that. I mean, they shot that car up, had some mechanical battering around, knocking the fuck out of that car, and it was still standing. I mean, that was an amazing scene.
And Samuel's so cool anyway.
Oh yeah,
so.
he's great in everything he does. I mean, like I said, he was so cool in the scene in the car too.
The best scene in the movie, I feel like. Then car flips over after the bomb gets planted underneath.
Right, smart. That's the way to do it.
And he burns a hole through the car into the ground and falls beneath the earth somewhere. So one little stuff like that, But like I said, it's a good. This at the bar though. Don't get it twisted.
I give it up, man.
I nitpick.
I don't know if that was like a manhole. Was in a manhole or something? I was like, you can't cut a hole through the cement. I can't see that well. I mean, I was thinking, I don't know, man. We both got. Well, I don't got my glasses on now, but it's okay. So I will give you that. But that was an amazing scene, man. It just was. I mean, he escaped. We found out the car could fly, but I'm kind of glad it didn't fly because that just kind of would have seemed silly. The car just flying. I mean, that's a nice, function to have.
Yeah.
But I'm glad that they let us know that that's available, but we didn't get to see it. They kept it somewhat grounded. I mean, that car was bulletproof, man. That thing was tank ready, man.
It was a cold-blooded car.
And then he got out of there, and they was chasing him, and it was just a very beautiful scene that really, really surprised the hell out of me. I love that scene. I mean, he had like a little mini machine gun in the car, in the glove box. You know what I'm saying? In the dash.
So, okay, what did you think about the twist with him coming back, him not being dead?
Well, I knew he wasn't dead.
Oh.
Did you?
I was like, fuck, that kid off Samuel Jackson. Then I walk out an hour later.
They're not going to kill Nick Fury. They're not. I mean, they're just not going to do that. And what's frustrating to me is I know you don't really, I'm not trying to call you out. I mean, you don't really follow movie news as much. I mean, like, I'm refreshing my phone every 30 minutes, every hour on certain blog sites to see the new news and stuff. And everybody is just jumping to this conclusions like, oh, well, so-and-so actor only has, this amount of contracts left, with Marvel and this person, so they're just probably going to kill him off or recast him. Guys, they're not going to kill these people. I mean, they're just not going to do that. Especially now, I mean, the Marvel Cinematic Universe barely started. I mean, barely. We're going to get like an Avengers 9 eventually, so, hey, we're going to at least get Avengers 6. And then on. I mean, they're not going to just kill these characters like this. I mean, they're just not going to do that. They don't really do it in the comic books. They're not. And if you watch Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., which I'm pretty sure you don't, which the show is not that good. I still watch it, but it's just not that good, I'll be honest. I mean, it's okay. It's underwhelming. I'm not blown. I wouldn't recommend it.
Okay.
But anyway.
I'll take it.
We found out Coulson wasn't dead from the Avengers. He's back. So they're not going to kill Nick Fury. And I knew he wasn't dead too because I watched a lot of trailers, TV spots, featurettes, interviews, There was still a part in the trailer that hasn't appeared in the movie yet where he was like, "Okay, Cap, I guess you're giving all the orders now." When they found him, and I was like, okay, that part hasn't happened yet, so Nick Fury is gonna come back. They also hasn't shown the part where Nick Fury was walking through the door, and with a little epic walk, with the music, with the camera shoots the feet and pans up. The jacket is flowing in the back. I remember all that from the trailers. And I was like, okay, it hasn't come yet, so I knew he wasn't dead. I was like, okay, he's faking his death because he doesn't know who to trust.
Okay.
And he has to, sell that. And so I knew he wasn't dead.
Well, I didn't see too many trailers, so I didn't know.
Oh yeah.
I was sad for a second.
Oh yeah. You said you were sad for a second. Now there was I was talking about Easter eggs before.
Yes.
We got a Stephen Strange Easter egg. There may have been a Black Panther one, but I doubt it. I was hoping for one because we have two important elements from Wakanda. Okay, I don't know if you know, Captain America's shit is made out of vibranium, and that's from Wakanda. And in the comics, we get Falcon gets the wings from, Black Panther. So I don't know. I was really hoping for that, but I saw that there was a Avengers. Of course, there was Avengers reference, but the Avengers mansion was somewhere in the movie. I remember at the end of Avengers, they knocked the letters. Stark had his name up on his Stark Tower. The S and T were destroyed, and the R and K, and there was just the A left up there. They turned that into Avengers Mansion. I mean, and of course, you should have known that by the end of the Avengers. Oh, hey, Avengers Mansion. But there was a shot of it in the movie. I didn't see it, but I knew I was looking for it. I guess I missed it. I gotta watch the movie again.
Wait, so how do you know it was in there?
Oh, like interviews and stuff. They're just like, oh yeah, there's one Easter egg of this, and sometimes, like for example, the end credits, I already knew what they were going in, and they didn't ruin it for me. But you want to talk about those? Do you understand? I think you asked me a question when we was walking out.
Oh,
you asked me one question. I said we don't talk about it, and I answered it. We didn't give our opinion, but what was the question you asked again?
I guess the sword thing at the end.
Loki's staff.
The staff. Sorry.
It took me a second, so I was like, how did they get it? And I figured it out. Okay. At the end of the Avengers, after Hulk beat the shit out of Loki, and he woke up, and he was like, I'll have that drink now. Black Widow had, she's a SHIELD agent. She had the scepter in her hand, and Hawkeye was on the ground pointing his bow and arrow at his face. And they were just all standing there. And they took him took him away. Well, Scarlett Johansson, Black Widow, the SHIELD agent, she's the last person we see with the scepter. So the only notable organization that can contain that is SHIELD. So she probably gave it to SHIELD and put it away in some lockbox safe somewhere, whatever, doing research, whatever. Okay, now we found out in this movie that there are Hydra agents in SHIELD. So I'm just assuming that one of them stole the scepter and gave it to Baron von Strucker, which I don't even know his power. I mean, I do. I mean, he's from World War II as well. I don't know how he was still alive. I'm not gonna explain it, but I think he can absorb people's energy or something like that. I don't know. Actually, let's look this up in the Marvel Encyclopedia. Another thing that I really did like is Arnim Zola. What?
So you for real?
Yeah, I'm for real. I don't give a damn. I love this movie. Baron B.A. I'm in the A's right now. Where is he at? That's Baron Moto, Baron Zemo. Baron von Strucker. Special powers abilities can release the... Now it's looking like I can't read. I'm like, can release the virulent death spore virus from within his body at will. He wears a Satan claw, capable of discharging electrical shocks upon his right hand. Now that does ring a bell. This is Baron von Strucker, the person they showed in the first end credit scene. Now, there was a show that came out 2 or 3 years ago on the Disney Channel XD, Avengers Earth Mightiest Heroes. He was a prominent character in that series. It was such a wonderful series, and I'm still pissed to this moment that they canceled it and gave us that whack-ass show, Avengers Assemble. It's not good. Bring Earth Mightiest Heroes back. But he's a pretty powerful dude. At one point, he choked Captain America and was taking his life force because he was older, and he took his life force to make him younger. And Cap threw his shield at him a few times, and he was able to knock it down with his claw. He's pretty bad.
He has a claw.
Yeah, he didn't have a claw in this movie. I mean, we really didn't see it. That can be developed later. It says he's 6'2", 225 pounds. His base is mobile. Excuse me. The first appearance was Fury and his Howling Commandos, number 5, January 1964. Baron Wolfgang von Strucker. Baron von Strucker fought the Nazis during World War II as the leader of the Blitzkrieg Squad, Germany's answer to the Howling Commandos, led by Sergeant Nick Fury after the war. I don't have my glasses. Strucker took control of a Japanese secret society and evolved into a worldwide terror group, Hydra, kept alive by death spore virus within his body. I'm talking in run-on sentences. Von Strucker's goal is world domination. Man, and he was that close at it too. Behind the scenes, they didn't even know he was. They were almost succeeded. They were 1 second away from succeeding with the algorithm. Another thing, he said the age of. He's like, I really do like that. I'm just rambling on, man. But I really do like that scene. It was pretty lengthy.
Which scene?
The first
credit.
The first credit scene. Pretty lengthy, which is good. I would probably say that was probably the second. No, I won't get into that. But what was I gonna say? I forgot. Oh, it really bums me out that I really like it, but they were saying that I have a like and dislike that there's really no such thing as there's really no concern for heroes and spies. Now is the age of miracles.
Mhm.
What he really wanted to say, this is the age of mutants or the rise of mutants. We can't use the word mutant because Fox owns the rights to X-Men and Fantastic Four, and in their contract they also own the right to the word mutant.
Oh wow.
So
Okay.
yeah, I mean,
Learn something new
known.
I'm learning today a lot.
So a lot. I mean, that's no offense to you, but I mean that's known. No, because there's probably some viewers that don't know that. So if they use the word mutant in their films, they probably get the pants sued off.
Oh.
Because of course, all these. Yeah, because X-Men and Fantastic Four are not owned by Marvel Disney; they're owned by Fox, which destroys adaptations, in my opinion.
Yes, I agree.
Except for X-Men First Class, which was very, very fantastic, and I hope Days of Future Past and the Apocalypse are well too. But anyway, last credit scene, we found out that Bucky finally went back to the museum and saw, some. He was reminiscing, saw some old history. I'm like, maybe Captain America was telling the truth. Maybe I am Bucky Barnes. There's going to be a part 3 because after Avengers 2, we got Ant-Man, and then we got Captain America 3 after that. And of course, there's going to be they have to pick up with the Winter Soldier. I will say something that is disappointing to me about the Winter Soldier. You just put your mic down like I don't got nothing to say.
No, you flourishing right now. This is how I felt when we were doing the Grand Group.
Yeah,
Grand Budapest Hotel. I was like, just sit down and chill. Let me talk.
No, but one thing that was a little disappointing about the Winter Soldier was, when Captain America first realized it was Bucky, and he was like, Bucky, and he was like, who is Bucky? I'm like, what? It just sounded whack. He didn't sound like he didn't sound like a dominant figure to me. I was just like, I wanted him to start speaking some foreign language, German, or have some more bass to his voice or something like that, or not speak at all.
Also, with as far as that character, the Winter Soldier, when he was in a chair, and I guess he got the electrotherapy or whatever to erase his memory. Yeah. Like, why was he so? I mean, he didn't.
Yeah, I didn't really care for that, man.
Okay,
I'll be honest with you. I mean, I wasn't like, oh my god, they ruined it. No, they didn't. I mean,
I just understand why he was taking these commands. Like, what did he?
Well, yeah, I mean, he was brainwashed, but they didn't do the best job. I mean, you knew he was brainwashed. We also, I mean, they made it blatantly obvious that the Captain America 3 is going to pick up right where this one leaves off. So maybe those questions will be answered then, and I can wait patiently. But him going in there and Pierce slapping him around, and he was just like, "Well, I knew him." I'm like, what? I didn't really care for that. That was kind of weak.
That scene,
to me. But he was a badass though. He had that middle arm.
He was
pretty strong.
He was badass.
I'm trying to think what else, man.
Did you not like?
Now this was a little corny to me. When Captain America was escaping, they was like, shut it down, shut the bridge down, and then that Quinjet came around and was shooting at him. When Captain America threw his shield and like knocked it down sideways and then flipped up there, and then he was like jumping, like flipping from one end of the jet to the other. It just didn't look real.
Well, the fact that he was driving and the motorcycle and they never hit him, or the motorcycle, like okay.
Yeah.
But like I said, it's a comic book movie. No offense.
I mean, he was swerving in it, but this is a big Gatling gun.
Yeah.
I don't know. I did notice that too. But I'm trying to think, is there anything? I mean, I even like I'm just jumping around, like the way it started. Him running around in circles. Around. Why do I not know that site in Washington? Where he was, that public place.
You talking about the Washington Monument?
Yes. God, that flew out. Yeah, I couldn't think of that.
Okay.
And when he was running around, you're like on your left. I mean, I like that. Immediately we got to say, okay, this dude here is stronger than everybody else. He can lap everybody 13 times. I really did like that. It just, hit the nail on the head. I'm trying to think anything else that we want to go over. Character moments was great. Action was great. Um, I mean, I love Falcon. The way he was, flying on the deck, flying under the wings of the Quinjets on the helicarrier. Flying all around. Kobe Smolgers. I don't know if you know who it is. She's a SHIELD agent that took Black Widow, Captain America, and Falcon to Nick Fury when they found out that she was alive. When he found out he was alive.
Okay.
She was in the first Avengers. She's not on the Agents of SHIELD because of her other show, which I think is coming to an end. So she may be back in season 2. She was great. I mean, I damn near spoiled this movie for myself watching so much footage before, and I was still surprised by a lot. I mean, I really enjoyed the hell out of it. It was a lot of fun. I can't wait to buy this on Blu-ray. I cannot wait to listen to the commentary. Oh my god! I'm probably gonna go see it again this weekend.
It's real.
I don't. Luckily we didn't pay for this. But it comes out. What's today? Tuesday the 1st. Yeah. Oh, rent's due.
Surprise! April Fools.
Yeah, I wish. It comes out Friday, guys. You're gonna. I mean, if you watch this, you've already seen it.
Or not.
Yeah, or not. If you like spoilers. They really in the third act they really let us know where they're gonna take the rest of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. With the Avengers, like, hey, we're gonna do it. Look, we're here. It was just a great film. So, you have any other things you want to say? Anything you want to talk about?
I mean, we talked about everything a lot.
Oh, the best character moment that I have was with Captain America and him reuniting with Peggy Carter, and the way that was edited together. I mean, he went to the movies and saw her, looked at the picture in his watch, and then it cuts to her, in the bed. That was a very nice scene. I mean, that was perfect closure for him. I mean, it just was. It's just beautiful filmmaking.
Yeah, she probably should have been dead in 2014. But anyway, yeah. You gonna go ahead and get these ratings?
Hold on. Let's say she was 25, 70 years, 72. Yeah, she was probably should have been
2014.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah.
Go ahead with your rating, man. I can go first. You went first, starting out.
Okay, we can do that.
I'm going to give. Now, I will say this first. Going into this, a lot of people were saying that this is a perfect film, and that it is the best. Not everybody was saying this, but a good number of people were saying it's the best Marvel movie yet. I will not say that it was a perfect film, because a perfect film is perfect. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it at all. You have zero nitpicks. It wasn't perfect. Was it damn good? Yes. Was it the best Marvel movie to date? I don't know. I would have to say it's in the top 2.
What's number 1? What's the other one?
Okay. See, to me, Iron Man was a 10 out of a 10. A cinematic masterpiece.
The first one?
The first one. Now, Captain America: The Winter Soldier, it was a harder movie to make. It was more things that had to accomplish, more I's you had to dot, more T's you had to cross. So as far as execution, Iron Man is a better film, but overall, I think I like Winter Soldier better. Now, as far as the Avengers, I gave that a 9 out of 10 because the scope of that was so huge. But I wanted more Hulk, but they ran out of money, and I mean that's on the commentary. And also, they didn't. It was in the deleted scenes, but they didn't ever explain how Loki knew about the Avengers. But Hawkeye told him in the deleted scenes, but that wasn't in the movie. But if I want to say, is this the best one yet? I have to honestly see it again to say that. But it is at least as good as it's at least as good on the same level. I don't know if I'm going to say it's the best.
Okay.
So with that being said, I will give Captain America: The Winter Soldier a 9.5 out of 10. Excuse me. Okay. I don't want to give it a 10 because I had a few nitpicks, but a 9.5 out of 10, in my opinion, that is still what I consider a cinematic masterpiece. A 9.5 or above in my book is a cinematic masterpiece.
Okay, well, I do not think it's a cinematic masterpiece.
Hey, that's fine.
But it was a good script, and I do feel like it set the bar. for the rest of the Marvel Universe movies that are going to come out. You know, it is almost on the level of Iron Man. I think it was better.
Almost on the level.
Yeah.
I'll let you talk.
I think it was better than the Avengers. I give it a 8.5 out of 10.
8.5. No, that's fair. I'm messing with you. Well, guys, that's just our opinion, and we would love to hear yours as well. So comment in that comment section below with your opinion, because all movies is just subjective. Just because we like something doesn't mean that you have to, and vice versa. I mean, it's all good over here. Whether you agree or disagree with us, let us know how you feel as long as you are respective. Now, if you want to find me online, you can at Instagram or Twitter at Just My Opinion 84. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel right here, Just My Opinion. Or, you want to look me up online, online you can at www.justmyopinion.net.
You can find me on Twitter, Malcolm, the number 2 letter G, Instagram, MTOOG, or you can find me on Facebook as well.
Well, there you go, guys. You've heard our opinion. Like I said, we want to hear yours as well. So comment in that comment section below. Give us that thumbs up. Click on that subscribe button. Become one of our subscribers so you can get all the content in the past, the present, and the future. We're almost in summer movie season, and it's going down. And before you go, share it with the world. We don't mind. And most important, this is important. Before you go, don't forget that my name is B. Avery, and that's just my opinion. Peace. Captain America, the Winter Soldier. I'm just acting silly.
I wanted to give it an 8, but I didn't.
What? Why did you not? That's okay.